Education opportunities, as we know, are highly wrongly distributed between the poor and the rich in the country. To see the extent of negligence and decay of public schools, one has to visit a rural community to fully understand the gap in the classes. Desirous to reach out to those who are educationally disadvantaged across the country, Community Outreach for Educational Change (COEC) is committed to making huge sacrifice by going to marginalized rural communities to empower children with quality basic education for better living conditions.
Growing up in my rural hometown, I saw the differences that were very, very clear. Each time we came back home from the private schools that were in the city that we were opportune to go to, and then we came to interact with those that we left in the village to go to school. There was always this imbalance between us and how we interacted. Even the quality of teachers that teach in the rural communities is not the same with those in the cities, because not many people will be willing to leave rural communities to the cities and go back home to work there as teachers. So this really affects the quality of education that the children in the rural communities get.
These children here don't even have these schools to go to. Like, they don't even have teachers who can teach them basic literacy skills, how to read, how to write, how to express themselves, and even go after their own passion. In the cities we have that, so the need is more here.
Since 2016, COEC has worked with rural communities in Kaduna State and have reached over 1,000 school children, over 200 rural school teachers through its various educational school intervention projects.
After I even became a teacher and I was teaching across cities in Nigeria, I realized that my job as a teacher was actually making a difference, but I felt it wasn't enough. I was meeting a particular set of children and leaving some out, because those in the cities already have some of the basic tools that they need to help them succeed over those that are in the rural communities. So I decided to leave the comforts of the city and resign my job and go back home to see what I could do in the rural community that I was born.
Now in partnership with Equatoriological Training Institute, Isago, Kebbi State, Northwest Nigeria, 184 school children in Ekwa Oakland schools are beneficiaries of this project.
The community we are currently working with is a school community that houses students from about 46 communities.
They give us the place that we are sleeping. So then after sleeping, we are put by ourselves. Now we are changed. If I look the other town, we are coming to school. We don't know how to bathing. We don't know how to worship the clock well. So they teach us like that. And then now we are know how to worship the clock. And then now we are know how to clean our room becoming well.
This partnership has achieved great success in a short period of time in transforming and bringing quality education to students despite numerous challenges such as language, social and religious differences.
It wasn't so easy, When you talk to a child who's just looking at you, some of them don't even understand Hausa, that you say, okay, this is something you just use to communicate with them. They'll just be looking at you.
And then coming to their environment, when we came to school, classes were just in terrible shape. We had students sitting down on the floor. Then we got mats for them. And then from there, we were able to move to chairs. And then they now have tables that they write on, even though they don't have worksheets because they can't afford them.
We have also seen girls that run away from forced marriages, because these things still happen here. This time we have had to take in a girl. She is 18 at the moment. Her wedding had already been arranged, and when it was almost time for her to be taken to the man's house, she ran away from home and she came to the school for refuge. And so the school community that we're in partnership with had to come in, and then we discussed with the girl and her desire to be in school, and we had to raise some money to go and repay her bride price on her and renegotiate so that she would be in school. And since she's been here, she's literally always happy because of this opportunity that she has gotten to be in school rather than to be in her husband's house at this point.
The level of success being recorded within this short period shows that more children and communities can be empowered if and when we become proactive and innovative enough to invest in rural communities through the provision of quality education.
I really thank God for the changes that I have seen in my children, starting from January this year, 2019. I have 2 children in primary school. The one in grade 1, before he cannot recognize alphabets, but now he can recognize, and also he can even write my name and his name and also the mother's name.
Feeling happy because my son, she don't know anything about reading and something. But I thank God now my son, she know what is to call say sound SS. She says one. If you call say snake, you use apple. I say and feel happy. Many feel happy.
Last time she don't understand her English. This time he picking English, then we write English. I see different this time.
My name is Gloria Jonathan. I am a step-by-step.
At a time when Nigerians are clamoring for an increase to the annual budgetary allocation in the education sector in order to enforce the cause of the compulsory and free basic education, formal education is still very foreign to many rural communities, and these children had never seen the four walls of a classroom in their home communities till they came to the school at Pisagi.
They don't know how to hold their pencils. They don't even know how to write. They don't know the letters of the alphabet. They don't know anything. And these children that we're talking about, they are not like really kids. We have teenagers, 15, 16, 17, 18 amongst them.
And also about character, yes, the children now are trying to keep themselves clean, wash their clothes. And sometimes my son will say, "Daddy, bath me," because they say that if we didn't bath, we should not come to school.
The 2019 budgetary provision for education is still below the 15 to 20% minimum recommended for developing countries by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO. This has been the trend in years, and Nigeria's education sector is in steady decline due to financial and policy support. In recent times, Nigeria has been plagued by activities of insurgents, kidnapping, and other social vices, occasioned basically by poverty and lack of education. To curb this menace, there is need to look more in the direction of these underprivileged children in rural communities by transforming their minds through quality education to be patriotic in nation building.
They are very excited to learn. The time we have in school is not even enough for them. They come to my house knocking, come and open the class for us, want to learn this, want to learn that. So that has been really inspiring. It makes you want to do more. They're always eager to learn. So I think it's really fulfilling when you meet people like that who are thought of as undeserving, and it looks like they don't even want this. But when you actually expose them to it, I mean, there's no limit to how much a child can go.
These children, if not encouraged, remain vulnerable, and in the future will not be able to compete in the global market because they lack the needed skills to succeed in the 21st century.
I believe that a child's location should not determine the quality of education he or she gets. Basic literacy skills is like the major foundation you need to lay for a child to learn and succeed eventually.
No child should be left behind. No child should be denied access to quality education on account of social class, ethnicity, religion, and location. We can reach all the children, one community at a time.